Hey, it's Carl with Remodeling Marketing Team, and if you have not scheduled a strategy session with me, be sure and do that at the link below this video. Today we want to talk about 7 common mistakes that I find home remodeling business owners are making when marketing their companies. And so we're going to go through these 7, give you a few tips and pointers. Hope you find these helpful. The first is depending on a single lead source. This is a mistake I see over and over and over again, and here's why this is so critical. Years ago, just to give you a little backstory, I had a website where we were averaging 20,000 unique visitors every month, and what we were dependent upon was search engine optimization. And then all of a sudden, Google began to make major changes to their algorithm. And on a moment's notice, 20,000 visitors went to 10,000 visitors, and then it went to 2,000 visitors, and then it went to 500 visitors. All because of a change that was out of my control. And you have to remember, with search engine optimization, Google would rather you spend money to pay for advertising than just know how to game the search engine rankings. And so they're constantly changing the algorithm. In fact, what we hear is approximately 180 times per year that algorithm gets changed. So you don't want to depend on that single lead source. By the same token, don't be totally dependent upon Facebook or PPC or Angie's List or whatever tool it is you're using. Because all it takes is one change to get rid of that entire lead source. What I think is more important is that you develop an ecosystem for your home remodeling business, meaning you are playing every available card you have. You've got videos on YouTube. You're putting social media content on your Facebook and your Instagram. You're running ads on Facebook's ad platform. You're running pay-per-click ads through Google. You're doing your local search optimization on your Google business profile. You're getting those reviews on Google, Yelp, and Facebook. You're doing your traditional SEO activities. When you do all of those things together, what you end up creating is an all-weather marketing portfolio. Second piece is to ignore social media. Like it or not, your customers spend a lot of time on social media. You don't spend a lot of time there. You're too busy, but they do. They are looking for ideas. They are looking for recommendations. They are looking for reviews. And you need to continue to engage your audience in that environment. Especially as a home remodeler, you have such an opportunity to show off your work with social media. It's worth making the investment. Even if you hire a teenager to post for you, you're going to be that much further ahead of the game. Not asking for reviews on Google and Facebook in particular. This is critical because both of these platforms are looking at the actual reviews submitted by users as part of their ranking criteria. So they are looking at how recent your reviews are, from what location those reviews came from, what IP address, what keywords are in those reviews. So a regular part of your process needs to be asking for reviews, and you need to be adding reviews regularly. I would encourage you to do things like request reviews even in your email signature, on your invoices, on any follow-up calls that you make, those types of things. Fourth thing is failing to optimize your Google business profile. Your Google business profile is now the most important piece of online real estate you own. And if you don't take the time to optimize it, you are going to be left behind in the days ahead. So some of the things that you want to do with that Google business profile, you want to make sure you're adding images on a regular basis, that you are making posts on a regular basis, that your business hours are on there, that your COVID response is on there. Do you require appointments? Are masks required, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Those are things that are critical. your products and services? Is your location information correct? Are you, listing things that are relevant to your prospective customer audience? Next thing is failure to optimize for high value keywords. I can't tell you how many home remodeling websites I go to where what they've optimized for is their company name. Well, that's wonderful if you've saturated the market and you have top of the mind recognition for your company name. It's terrible for people who are searching for what you do because they're not going to find you. And so you need to be optimizing for your high value keywords. Some of the most critical places to be doing that are on your website title and in your website headings. Having a website that doesn't convert visitors into leads. Now, this is one of the temptations as a home remodeling company is you've got this beautiful website. Shows off your designs, it shows off your expertise in bringing those designs to life. And yet nowhere on the landing page is a contact form, a button that goes directly to a phone call, or some other lead capture mechanism. A beautiful website is no good if it does not capture the information of your visitors. What you want to be targeting is that approximately 10% of your website visitors end up turning into leads based on what they do on the page. So you want to make sure that you have all of those conversion mechanisms available without your prospect having to scroll down the page or click a link to somewhere else. You need to be able to do that right where they land. It's called being above the fold. And then finally, neglecting mobile device and voice search traffic. Approximately 50% of search is being done nowadays using some type of artificial intelligence assistant, whether that's Siri or Alexa or Home. All of these assistants are driving much of the search volume today. The other piece of that is a large majority of search is being done on one of these. And so what you have to realize is that even with Google, there's traditional search results, but then there's also mobile search results, and those are different. Your mobile device is giving a lot more information for that search to be generated off of. It's giving your activities, your search activities, where you go, the things you look at. It knows a lot about you, unfortunately. And so we've got to be optimizing for that mobile device and search traffic. What you'll find today, kind of the flow is people will do their initial searches off of their mobile device, and then they'll switch over to a laptop or a desktop to do what I call the heavy lifting. And so those are things that you want to keep in mind. Don't be guilty of making these 7 mistakes. Those that take these things seriously will have a great advantage over the competition in their marketplace. Hope you find this helpful, and I'll talk to you again soon.